Place your hands in your lap. I also like to support my knees with a block underneath. Sometimes it gives me a little bit early morning relief in particular. Hands in your lap, or what would be your lap. One hand on top of the other. Close your eyes and start to gaze just down to the tip of your nose. Hi, E.T. We just started. So we're in a comfortable seat, feet underneath the knees, closing up the space a little bit more, and our hands are in our would-be laps. Breathe in, expand the chest, the belly, the ribs, and empty the breath. So just take a few moments to come into your space, to bring your awareness to the breath, bring your attention to the breath, and notice, if you have any points of tension in the body right now, and just kind of dedicate a few moments to letting go of all that tension. Keeping the eyes closed, bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center, drop your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Now open your eyes, look at your thumbs. Hook your thumbs together and pull your fingers apart as you stretch the arms up. They may go over your shoulders, they may be a little bit in front of your shoulders. So if your shoulders are tight, bring them a little bit more forward. And then just stretch a little bit side to side. Right side, left side. Just a couple times, waking up the side body. And then come back to the center, lift your heart, and fold forward, hands on the floor, blocks, walk your hands out, keep your hips grounded to the earth. So come out of this pose with your legs if you need to make any adjustments anywhere. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften your belly, relax the neck and shoulders. One more big breath. Inhale, walk your fingertips back in. Lift yourselves up. Lean back, shake out the cross of your legs and switch the cross. So put whatever leg was not in front, back in front, lining up the heels underneath the knees. This time put your hands on top of your thighs, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your chin and chest together as you roll backwards away from your sitting bones and put a giant C-curve scoop in your belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Hinge a little forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round and curl away from your sitting bones. Inhale, come forward, and from here, make some circles in either direction. Forward, back, side to side. Good, moving through the torso. And if you're circling, go in the opposite direction. Come back to center, lift your chest. Once again, bring the arms overhead. Hook your opposite thumbs, lift up, and forward fold a little bit deeper over your legs. Perhaps the hips stay grounded to the earth. For this one, we're going to walk over to the right side. Place your left hand on top of your right. Relax your shoulders down. Keep grounding your left sitting bone to the earth. Inhale, rise up, walk to the other side. And inhale back to center. Exhale, fold deeper, and then rise back up on the inhale. Release the blocks if you have them. Lean back, shake out your legs. And then bring them around to either side. Come to your hands and knees. Stack your hands on top of your shoulders on top of your hands, knees on top, underneath the hips. Tuck the toes, arch the back into some cat-cows. As you bring your tailbone beneath you, do a few rounds of cat-cows, working with your breath, extending and inhaling, flexing and exhaling. And so those circles we took earlier, we're going to take them here in our cat-cows. into some dancing lions. So you maybe move your arms out a little bit and move your hips forward, back, side to side. Just get some juice into your joints. And if you're making those circles, go in the opposite direction. And on this last one, push your hips back to your heels in child's pose. Allow the belly to soften between the thighs. Stretch the arms out, make them active now. Spread your fingers, lift the wrists, the forearms, and the elbows off the floor. Good. Inhale, pull yourself back up to your tabletop, and exhale, bring your right foot in between your two hands. If you have blocks, put your hands on blocks, and lower the left hip down. So you should have your right knee over the ankle, and your left knee should be a little further back behind you. Blocks will help to elevate the torso. And just make sure if your right heel is not on the floor, just to bring your foot a little bit more forward. Top of the back foot, shin pressing down for a little bit of information there going into your shin, your hip. Place your hands on top of your thighs, lift your chest up, drop your shoulders down. Good. Squeeze your left glute for a second. Sink a little lower and then release it. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Hook your thumbs again. Lift your arms all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. And then open the arms to a T. Rotate your torso and find a water wheel. Hug your right hip into the center. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Find a little bit more depth into that left hip. Release the right hand to the right shin, floor, block wherever you are. Left arm overhead. Keep pressing your left hip forward. Inhale, return back up. Exhale, both hands on the inside of the right foot. Turn your right toes to the right. Open your knee. And then if you'd like to roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, right hand to the inside of your thigh, lift up and twist. And you can stay right here in this twist, or bend your back knee and see if you want to take the right hand to it. If you can't reach it, don't worry about it. Just kick it up towards your heel, or use a strap towel. Lengthen your spine twist. Take a big breath. If you're holding the foot, release it gently. Return your hands on either side of the right leg as you bring your right foot back towards the center, more upright. Inhale, tuck your left toes underneath you, lift the knee up, and step into downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Walk one leg, then the other out. You could be on the floor or the blocks, doesn't matter really, it depends on how you feel. Inhale, release your knees back to the earth. Exhale, step your left foot forward. And then make the same adjustments. Knee over the ankle, so the left ankle or the heel is on the floor. Your back knee snuggles back a little bit further. Top of the foot, shin pressing down. Good. Bring your shoulders back, broaden your collarbones. So use the breath to bring that right hip down a little bit lower. Squeeze the right glute. Release a little bit more and then relax the glute. Inhale, bring your hands to your thighs, lift your chest up. Good. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, hook your thumbs the other way, the other thumb on top, spread your arms, reach your heart up, ribs down, belly in. Open up the arms to a T. Rotate to your left side. Right arm forward, left arm back. Hug your left hip in towards midline. Breathe in. And then take your left arm down behind you. Maybe it's on your thigh, your calf. Some of you will have the ankle or the floor. Good. Inhale, return back up. Exhale, hands on the inside of your left foot. On your hands, on your forearms, you choose. Turn your left toes to the left side. Sink a little lower through the right hip. Take your left hand if you'd like and add a little bit of an additional twist here. Stay there or bend your back leg and see if you can reach towards it. Some of you will grab it, some of you won't. Some of you will use a strap or towel. I feel like that's like a Dr. Seuss kind of sounding book, right there. Kick the heel towards your buttocks or away, open up your shoulders, chest. Breathe in and out. Good. If you're holding the foot, gently release it. Bring the hands back on either side of the foot. Turn the left toes forward and bring it a little bit closer to the center. Tuck your right toes underneath you, lift the knee up. Step into a downward dog, hips high in the sky. Inhale on your toes, engage your quadricep muscles, shift forward to a high plank. So your shoulders are over the wrist, the belly is in. Knees, of course, can be down if you'd like. They're going there anyway. Lower your knees to the earth and lower your belly to the floor. Elbows hugging by your side. Inhale, lift your chest up. Squeeze your arms together or towards your waistline. Crown of the head forward. Push your pubic bone down. Now stay here for today. Lift your feet off the floor. A little bit, a lot, doesn't matter. And then release your arms down by your side. Bring the arms behind you. Interlace your fingers. Lift your chest, thighs, everything off the floor. Keep your head in line with your spine. One more breath, goes a little higher. Exhale, release hands, chest, legs. Sit on your heels and tuck your toes underneath you. Walk your hands back to your knees. Lift up and come onto your toes. If that doesn't work for you, just come into a standing forward bend right now. Rise to your fingertips, bring your tailbone beneath you. Place your hands on your thighs, and then maybe hands to your heart center. Breathe in and out. Exhale, release your hands, lower your heels, stretch your legs straight up. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Place 2 fists in between your feet and let your body hang forward. Working at getting the hips over the heels. Shake out your head, yes, no. And then grab opposite elbows and put a little bit more weight forward into your feet. Sway a little side to side. And then just change the cross of the arms. Keep where you're at. And then stay in the center fold. Let all your weight go, let all your thoughts go, let your brain go. And then let your arms go to your hips. Inhale, look forward, rise up to stand. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Turn your torso to the right side. Same thing we did on our knees. Right arm down, left arm up. Push your hips up and back. Breathe. Inhale, rise back up. Rotate your torso to the front and over to the other side. Just getting a little bit more length in the body. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, rise up, face the front. Exhale, bring your arms up overhead. Hands to your prayer. Take a few steps to the top of your mat. Feet together or a little bit further apart, depending on your, where your stability lies, where your balance lies. Open up your eyes. Stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step to a high plank, pause. Knees on the floor is always an option. Shift forward, go to your belly again, or bend your arms with a straight leg. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Weight back from your hands towards your heels, knees bent. or straight, depending on your body and right now. Rise up onto your tippy toes, soften your knees, look forward. Take little steps this time to walk forward. Come halfway up when you get to the top. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, press down to rise up, bring the arms with you overhead. Exhale, bring the prayer to the heart center. Release your arms down by your side. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, fold your body in half. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step, step, high plank, pause. Choose your way to downward facing dog. Bend the elbows. Upward dog, downward dog. You can skip the whole thing and go right to downward facing dog. And that's the beauty of your yoga practice. You're in control. You do what you need to do. Inhale on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, take prayer to the heart center. Release the arms by your side. We'll do that one more time. Surya Namaskar A, arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank, pause. Choose your way to downward facing dog. Elbows bend, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can always drop your knees. Bring your feet together. Inhale, rise on your toes. Float your right leg high in the sky. Good, now lower your left heel. Square your right hip, so your right hip's going to drop parallel to the floor, level to the left leg. Right foot points down as you're pushing out of your heel. And then bring the knee to the chest and step it on through. Rise to your fingertips or your blocks, any height. Good, breathe. Hug your right hip to the center, left knee is nice and firm behind you. Float your fingers. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, sink a little bit lower, bend the back knee, get the tailbone beneath you, and stay low and straighten the back leg. Inhale, open, high daisy, arms open to the side, thumbs up. Lengthen, keep lengthen your torso. Rotate to the right side, hug your right hip in. So all places we've been before in different variations. Right arm down, left arm up. And now we start to move a little bit more. Exhale, come back up to warrior wheel. And then spin your back foot down, spin your arms around, find warrior two. Pull your left arm back, right arm forward. Find strength and energy in your legs. You should have about a leg length between your two legs. So if you have long legs, step them further apart. Pull the left arm back so the shoulders stack over the hips. Take your right knee and move it outward towards your pinky toe. One more breath, sink a little lower. Release your left arm down, right arm up. Lift out of your waistline. Nothing changed in the front leg, not just yet. Good, inhale back to warrior two. Thumbs up to the sky, straighten your front leg. Good. Take your back foot and walk it in once or twice. Shoulders stack over hips. Now bump your hips to the left, bring your torso to the right. Reach out, cut the air with your arms, and then take your right hand inside, outside foot shin or block for triangle pose. Imagine that you're against a wall. Hug your right hip underneath you. So you're going to draw your right hip towards the center, towards the left, and stack the shoulders left over right. Lift your kneecaps up. Your right toes should be pointing right to the front of your mat. And there should be no dropping of energy through the right side, so everything is lifted, elevated. Take another breath. Look at your right toes. Inhale, come back up. Reverse it with straight legs. Bump your left hip towards the right side. Good. Inhale, come back. Bend your front knee. Bring your hands on the inside of your right leg. Lower your left knee to the floor. Good. Come down to your forearms, or on a block, or both. Forearms on a block. And then again, turn your right toes out to the right side and just hinge a little bit more forward. Release. Breathe in and breathe One more breath. Release your hands back on the floor. Turn your right toes forward, hands separate on either side. Curl the back toes underneath you, lift the knee up, keep the hips low. Inhale, straighten your front leg and step your back foot in a couple of feet. Right hip goes back. You can have your hands on blocks. We'll always give you that little extension of the floor. And exhale, fold over your right shin. So keeping your spine long, when you start to round, back it off a little bit. Just keep a long, long spine. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Rise up, halfway on your fingertips. Rebend your front knee. Step your left foot all the way back. Place your hands on the floor, right leg back in the air, three-legged, and open the hip on this one. Bend the knee, kick it in and out a few times. Flex and point through the ankle. Roll the ankle. And then bring all your paws onto the floor. Stay here or shift forward to a high plank. Bend your elbows, go halfway down. Upward dog. So you know that I offer you this and I offer you to skip it. Modifications, so you have to be, in your own body today and decide which is right for you. Feet are together at the back of the mat. High on your toes as the left leg lifts nice and high, chest towards your thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. And then go ahead and lower the right heel as you level off the left hip. Left foot points down, so the foot as if you were against, maybe some of you are, against a wall. Inhale, bring your knee to your chest, come forward, and step your left leg through. Rise onto your fingertips or onto your blocks. So again, the blocks are just going to give you a little bit of space, right? And we're looking for space here. Inhale, you can bring your hands to your thigh, lift up. Then bring your arms overhead and bend your back knee. Sit low. Once you're in the height that you'd like to stay at, just straighten the back leg without lifting the hips again. Inhale, hinge a little bit lower. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Inhale. Twist to your left side. Exhale. Hug your left hip in, right leg strong behind you. Good. Inhale, the left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Keep pulling the left hip towards the midline. Leaning up and back, breathe in. Inhale, return, water wheel. And as you exhale, you're spinning the back foot around, warrior two, facing the right side of your mat. Back toes are turned slightly in. Front leg is bent, parallel to the floor for those of you who can. Pull the right arm back so your shoulders step over your hips. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Keep the legs the same. Sink a little deeper. Right arm down, left arm up. Lift out of your waistline. So no dumping in the right side of your body. Inhale, return. Straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot in one time. Turn the toes still in the same direction. Bump the hip to the right. Reach your torso to the left. Reach out, reach out, reach out. Left hand down, right arm up. Triangle pose. Hands on blocks are always helpful. Spinning your torso open. Stacking your shoulders, drawing your left hip underneath you. Lift the kneecaps up nice and strong here. Find all the energy through your torso. Keep lifting the left side up and under. Take another breath. Look down at your left toes. Inhale, come up, reverse this with straight legs. Push the right hip towards the left thigh. Inhale. Exhale, return your hands to the front, bend your front knee. Bring them on the inside of the left foot. Bring your right knee to the floor and turn your left toes outward. Good. Stay here or go to your forearms, floor or block. You know, what experience do you want to have today? Do you want to have a really deep experience or are you good where you are? Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath brings us back to our hands. Turn your left toes forward. Tuck your right toes beneath you. Lift the knee up. Keep the hips low. Begin to straighten your front leg and step your back foot in a couple of inches, a couple of feet. Hands on the blocks will always give us a little bit more space. Inhale and exhale. Trying to level out the hips, forward fold over your left shin. Big toe presses down, so don't avoid that. Inhale and fold as you exhale. Hope you're enjoying the playlist. I'll put it on my Spotify. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Rebend your front knee, step into your low lunge. Exhale, left leg in the air, open up the hip. Bend and straighten a couple times, move through the ankles, feet. And then downward facing dog. Stay here, or move through a vinyasa sequence, chaturanga, upward and downward facing dogs. Always adding if you want more. Hi Maria. Hips up. Oh, we start at 9 o'clock. That's okay, you got a half hour. Stay with it, girl. Just warm your body up a little bit. Inhale on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk yourself to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your arms up overhead with you. Bring your hands to prayer. Yeah, so no worries. You're all good. I'm just trying to get the camera angle right. All right, standing at the top of our mats. Release your arms by your side. Good. Bring your right leg up, balance on the left leg. Reach the arms up overhead. Open your arms to a T. Rotate to the right side. Listen carefully. All we're going to do is hinge forward and step the right foot back. Warrior two, facing the right side. Thumbs are up, yeah. Good. Inhale, right arm down, left arm up. So we're in warrior two, left leg is forward. Inhale, straighten the legs as you rise out of your reverse. Shorten your stance, left arm cuts through the front. Triangle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Bring your tailbone beneath you. Lift up, lift up. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, come up, reverse. Stretch your arms back to a T. Turn your left toes to the right. Bend your right knee, bring your hands to prayer. Skandasana. Keep it in a high position rather than dropping your hips to the floor, but bring your knee behind your heel. Inhale and exhale. Keep the hands in prayer as you just shift to your left side. Sit back in your heels. And then exhale, spin around to the front of the room, hands inside the right leg. Lower the right knee to the floor. Come down to your hands or forearms. And if you can come to your forearms, or take your legs back first and then come to your forearms, come into plank on your forearms. Pushing through the forearms, lift the belly up and in. Keep your right hand on the floor. Choose to have your right knee on the floor and spin onto your right side. Lift your left hip up. Lift your right hip up. Left arm up, perhaps over your head. Breathe in and out. Push down through your forearms. Find the energy through the whole entire body. Exhale, bring both arms to the floor. Shift forward. Lower your hips to the floor, open your arms, Sphinx Pose. So imagine that you have, or you might even have, a block between your arms and elbows, and you're squeezing your arms towards the block. The top of the pubic bone, below the hip bones, draw the belly button in, pull the pelvic floor up. Bring your shoulders back, collarbones forward. Good. If this feels great, stay here. If you want more, straighten your arms. Allow your chin to come down towards your chest. Beautiful. Exhale back to your forearms and then just shift yourself into child's pose. All the way back on your heels. Spread your arms broad. Inhale to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes for downward facing dog. Rise onto your toes. Bend your knees and take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to your heart center. I think my head is cut off, huh? Open up your eyes. Shift your weight to your right leg, lift your left leg off the floor. Nope. Yes. Open your arms out. Turn towards your left side. Push really deep into your right hip. And then just begin to hinge back. Left leg back. We find warrior two. Right arm, right leg forward. Left arm, left leg back. So make whatever adjustments. If you didn't land exactly in the perfect space, okay, adjust it. Breathe in, out, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale here, inhale, come back up, straighten your front leg. Adjust your back leg in, find your triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Stacking shoulders, lifting the hips up. Lifting out of the waistline. Finding length, finding space, always in our body. Good. Inhale, look down and reverse this. Arms up. Exhale, bring your hands on the inside of your right leg. As you spin yourself forward, turn your right toes out. Lower your back knee, perhaps come to your forearms here. We're not going to hold this position that long. So any adjustments you need to make as we take ourselves into a forearm plank. So you might want to come first to your toes and then send the legs back and come to your forearms if you're not there. Just make your way onto your forearms in a plank. Good. Keep your left arm down, decide to be on your left knee or stay on your toes. And spin to the right side of your mat, right arm up, hips up. 21. Breathe in and out. Good, exhale, hands down. Square it off. Open your arms, shift forward. Sphinx pose. Lift your heart up and through. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. Push the pubic bone down. Lift your knees up. Don't lift your legs up. Engage your legs. One more breath. If it feels good, straighten the arms and bring your chin down. Good. Inhale, release your arms. Push all the way back to child's pose. This time, release your arms by your side. Turn your palms up. Drape your shoulders over your thighs. Chin to your chest, roll up to sit on your heels. Good. Bring your hands by your knees, tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your knees up. Once again, bring your hands to either your thighs, your prayer, or just on the floor. And if this doesn't work, you're in a forward fold. Take your tailbone beneath you. Just another breath here. And then exhale the hands to the floor, hips up, legs down. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise up to stand. Release your arms. Walk to the top of your mat. Bring your hands together in prayer. Good. Inhale, bring your right leg up in the air. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Good. Now rotate to the right side. Release the right leg up, balance for a moment, and then step back 2 to 3 feet, come into a short triangle. Right arm up, left arm down, hands on blocks, floor shin. Good, now release your hands to the floor. Have a block nearby your left leg. Lengthen your spine, hands back on your hips, rise up to standing. Stretch the arms out to a T once again. Rotate your torso to the left this time. Reach forward, cut through the air, and bring your right hand inside, outside, foot, shin, or block. Twisted triangle. So we shortened our stance, we shortened our triangle, we have our traditional twisted triangle here. Inhale and exhale. One more. Find a little more space. Exhale, fold over your leg. Good. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Step your right foot to your, or right knee to your chest if you can without touching down first. Bring the knee up. Take your left hand on the outside of the knee. Turn your torso to the right. Stay with that or grab the outside of your foot. Perhaps straighten your leg and reach your right arm back. Now, my right leg does not go all the way straight. It doesn't have to. Good, Maria. Good. Yeah. There you go. Good. Stay with what you have just for the next breath. Good. Come back. Exhale, hands to your hips. If your leg is not straight, go ahead and straighten it. Feet on the floor. Release your arms. Let it go. Shake it out. Stay with it for a breath in Shavasana. Open your eyes. Bring your left knee up. Balance. Good. Open your arms to a T. Turn to your left side. Extend the leg behind you. You can hinge a little forward. And then we're going to step it down 2 to 3 feet for your short triangle. Right arm reaches in, left arm up. Stack your shoulders. So for some of us, this should be possibly the proper length for all of our triangles. So let your body kind of tell you that. Take a breath. Good. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Have blocks nearby. I like a block on the outside personally. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come up. Good. Reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Once again, open your arms to a T. Exhale. Turn to the right side. Inhale. Hinge forward. Exhale, left hand inside, outside, foot, shin, block for your revolved or twisted triangle pose. So looking for the stability in our body. The feet have to be grounded firmly. Hips are level. Thoughts are just on the breath. How do I stay with this breath, stay in this pose, stay in this moment? Breathe in, breathe out. Look down and fold over as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hands to your hips, rise up. Step your left foot to your right foot, release your arms by your side. Inhale again, lift the left leg up off the floor. Take your right hand to the outside of the thigh knee. Left arm can be on your hip or behind you. Some of you will grab your outer edge of your left foot with your right hand and extend the leg out. Turn your torso to the left. The last thing that may or may not happen is your eye gaze might go behind you to your left hand. So you might be holding onto your knee, you might be holding onto your foot. You might not be holding onto your foot and elevating the leg. It's pretty good. Take another breath. We're not here forever. Slowly come back to center wherever you are. Hands on your thigh. Everybody straighten your leg out for 3, 2, 1. Feet down, arms down. Separate your feet. Fold over your legs. Grab the big toe grip. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale, place your thumbs between your fingers and your toes, fold over, let your head come down. Send your weight forward into the balls of the feet, hips come over heels. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands to your heart. Rise up to stand. Top of the mat, heels together, arms by your side. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank, pause. Choose your way to downward dog. I won't ask you that anymore today. Downward dog is where we meet. Float your right leg high in the sky, bend your knee and open the hip. Bring your right knee to your chest, come forward, plank. Right knee to right wrist, setting up for pigeon. So, pigeon doesn't work for you, go on your back. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Lift your chest up. There's always the option for a block underneath your sitting bones. And breathe. Good, that's it. So you can place your hands if you're on your back in between your legs, or just simply grab a hold of the shin. Good, if you're in your upright pigeon, start to take yourself down. Make your way into your fullest expression of this pose. Leveling out the hips, so kind of like when we just did twisted triangle or pyramid pose. The hips remain level while the torso rotates, but here we're going to keep our torso square. Breathe in and out. Good, whatever expression you're in, begin to make your way out of it. Tuck your toes underneath you. If you're on your back, just switch legs. Right leg in the air. If you're not, downward dog just to shake out the legs. Float your left leg in the air, open up the hip and the knee. Bring your left knee to your chest, come forward to plank. Left knee to left wrist. Snuggle your right leg back behind you. Shimmy back, square your hips, shoulders. And then fold forward. So take your back toes and just check them out. Make sure you're not sickling. So you're in your pigeon pose on your back, or you are on the floor. I'm just going to change my mat a little bit. Just keep reminding your right hip to stay level to your left. It's tricky. Alright, slowly come on back. This time, let's just come on to either if you stay on your back and lift your legs in the air, or sit down and bring your legs out in front of you. So adjust the flesh underneath your sitting bones. And bring your hands by your side on the floor of the blocks, toes turned up towards your face. Inhale. And exhale. Reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Reach out of your waistline. Exhale, hinge forward. And then grab a hold wherever. Keep your spine long. Some of you will grab your feet. Some of you will grab a block behind your feet because you're more flexible. Some of you will grab a towel strap. Inhale. And exhale. All I want is to keep the spine long. Right? I don't care where you touch. Broaden your collarbones. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Take another breath here. Release your hands from whatever you're holding on to. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale. Bring yourself down to the floor. All the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right. Let your knees fall to the left. Left hand goes on top of the right thigh. Right arm can come up over your shoulders and twist. the arms back to a T. Draw your knees to the center. Shift your hips left, let your knees fall to the right. Twist. Right hand on top of leg, left arm up and over. Open your arms to a T. Draw your knees to the center. Hug your hands around your shins. Lift your head and shoulders up. Lower your head. Stretch your legs in the air. Flex your feet. Pull your belly in, ribs down. Open your legs to a V. Take your hands with your thumbs. Lift your head and shoulders up. Reach your hands forward. Push the imaginary walls away. They might not be so imaginary for some. Reach a little higher with your torso, a little longer with your arms. Exhale, bring your heels together, arms up over your shoulders. Release your hands forward, press the heel of your hands down. Pull your belly in and lift your hips off the floor. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Head down, knees into your chest. Right leg stays in, left leg longer. Extend the right leg in the air, flex and point. Roll the ankle. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor here, reaching toward your leg. Lift your left leg off the floor, choose to do it or not. Release your arms, choose to do it or not. Breathe in and switch legs. Hold on to your left leg, lower your right leg, lower your head to the floor. Bring the leg closer towards your body. Inhale, stretch your leg up, lift your head and shoulders up. Release the right leg if you choose. Release the arms if you choose. Switch legs, right leg up, left leg out. Lower the left leg and bring the right leg all the way back. Flex and point the foot, head down. And then draw your leg closer towards your chest as long as it stays straight. Don't worry how far it goes. Good. Release the right leg, bring the left leg up. Same thing, long stretch. Roll through the ankle a couple times. And bring it close to you. And then gently release it so both legs are down on the floor. Stretch both arms over your head. Hook your thumbs, one over the other, left leg over the right. Take a little turn to your right side, a little crescent twist or bend. Stretch the left side of your body long. Inhale, move back to the center. Take the thumbs and cross the opposite thumb on top. Release your feet and cross the right leg on top and draw yourself over to your left side. Inhale back to center, open both arms and both legs to a T or cross. And release your arms by your side. Bend your knees. Place your feet on the floor. I'm just going to change this up because I know. Good. Lift your hips up for your first bridge. Actually, it's your only bridge. So a hip bridge. You can be supported on a block. You can have your arms come underneath you. Some of you may choose to take it into a fuller wheel pose. Wherever you are, when you're ready to come out of it, slowly articulate your spine down. Draw your knees to your chest. Legs in the air. Arms by your side. Flex and point. Good strength in the legs. Start to lower the legs to the floor as the legs lower. Also extend them out of your hips. As the feet touch the floor, come to your forearms and open up onto your crown chakra. We are all wearing the crown today. Heart opens up. Any variation of this pose that you take is welcome. Skip it if you'd like to. Lift your heart open. Breathe in, breathe out. To come out of it carefully, lift up, bring your chin to your chest. Lay down, hug the knees one more time to the chest. Take your final spinal twist of your choice. You take the side that you would like to take first, and then roll to the other side. Lay down on your back, stretch your legs out in front of you, Shavasana, arms by your side. Dedicate these few moments to yourselves. Leave your thoughts outside of the mat. All physicality now just comes down to breathing in and out. For those of you who'd like to stay longer in Shavasana, just turn off the sound or ignore us. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath. Return yourself to this space, this time. Take yourself over to either side, making a pillow for your head. To rest as long as you need, or make your way back up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands at your heart center. Bowing to yourselves in gratitude. The next song that comes on is just a pretty funny song, so I will end our Shavasana here. Namaste, Satnam, go in peace, and have a great time today, because you just did your best thing. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy, get back, wear a mask.